Hello and welcome to Jennifer Knatters, my knitting video podcast. Today is the 5th of December, Wednesday the 5th of December. I normally try to do I hope the lights aren't too distracting. I'm just looking up at those. I hope they're nice and not too distracting. If they're distracting, let me know, and next time I'll put them to a different setting. Anyway, as I was saying, I normally try to do my video podcasts on Mondays. That didn't work this week, and I couldn't even do it on Tuesday this week, so here it is, Wednesday. I only have about 10 minutes before I need to go get Christina. Christina has said she would like to be known as Kitten. She thinks Kitten is a good nickname for Christina, having been told that Kitty is a nickname for Catherine. So I will try to call her Kitten on the podcast for now. She was Cucumber for a year, so we'll see how long this one lasts. I only have about 10 minutes before I have to go get her from school, and I'm actually bringing home two of her friends as well. One of them was a scheduled play date, and the other one, her mom has an ear infection, so I offered, because at this point it's basically just going to be a party. For which, as my husband points out, we don't have any snacks, but we do. We have lots of things they can eat, and I will put a movie on, and hopefully that'll keep them occupied. Anywho, finished objects. Last week I had started I knit these for Christina last year, and she lost one, so I knit her a replacement one. And I apparently did not follow the pattern at all knitting the first pair, because the lace on the cuff is different. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is what it's supposed to look like, and this is not that. My notes on Ravelry and my needle sizes, my yarn, and then I wrote that I did the smallest size for circumference and added length. That is not what I did. So I kept having to knit things and then compare it to this mitt and then rip back and do it the way I think I did it on this mitt. And so they're pretty close now. As you can see, this one's fairly faded from use. I washed it and it looks better, but you can see it's quite fuzzy. The mitt pattern is the Mere Mitts by Robin Weldon, and the yarn is Gongcraft, which is a local dyer here in the Highlands. Gongcraft, and this is their Aran, and I think the colorway was rainbow. So yeah, I finished those. That took a lot more time than I thought it would. They should have been I would have been better off just knitting a new pair of mitts, but I didn't have. I also knit a hat that Catherine's currently wearing out of this yarn, and I weighed one of the mitts, and I didn't have twice that for a second mitt, although I suppose maybe I could have ripped this back and then added it on, I don't know. So I finished these. That's my first finished object. Well, finished one of them. Took a lot more time than I was expecting. I also I got a new pair of 2.0, which I believe is a US 0, which is the size I knit most of my socks on. The Knit Pro Zings, they've been around for a while, but I decided to pick one up because when I started Christina's Christmas socks a while ago, I lost them that week before I could even show them on the podcast, and I lost one of my knitting needles and my bag. So this is my replacement knitting needles. I think the ones I lost were Chia Goos, but these are Knit Pro Zings, which I've been wanting to try out. So I had ordered those and another pair of knitting needles, and so those came, and I had some scrap sock yarn, and I whipped out a little pair of mitts for Catherine. I don't know where they are. She wore them one day, and I think she hid them somewhere. So I did knit a pair of little fingerless mitts for Catherine to keep her hands warm when we're out and about. I think they're a little snug. Um, I will try to insert a picture. I think they're a little snug. I knit them on the 2.0, which is what I use for socks, and it was sock yarn, so I thought that'd be appropriate. But I think going up to 2.25 at least would make them a little more flexible, and that they just be a little more comfortable for her. So the next pair, there was no pattern for that. I had one that I had bought for Christina that we've lost the other one, which apparently is a theme. So I just kind of used that for an idea. I cast on the same number of stitches as that, decided it was too small, cast on more stitches. It's just ribbing for a bit, a smooth area with a space for the thumb, and then ribbing across the fingers. So I'll knit more, and then I won't give them to Catherine until after I've shown them to the podcast. So next up, Christmas socks. This is the first one, which I said last time I had finished. I have not worked on these a whole heck of a lot, but I have. Last time I just started the toe, so I've done the toe and I'm into my color repeats, and these ones were the red with the green, white, and red stripes, and these ones will be green and then red, white, and green stripes. So Christmas ones. She tried them on. They could probably be a bit narrower. They're just a little long on her, which is what I wanted, because hopefully she'll be able to wear them for a while. I think the stitch count would be better. These are on 2.5 millimeter, and I think it's just a little loose. I kind of wanted to knit these quickly. I figure she's not going to wear through them. She's going to outgrow them. So it didn't matter if the fabric was a little looser. You can see through it. So that's what I'm doing with those. Next pair of socks for her I'll probably do on 2.25. So that's 2 projects that each need to be done on a 2.25. Moving right along quickly, I finished the first of my Munlochy socks, and as you can see, I'm trying out toe shaping rather than just doing, there's my timer, rather than just doing a standard wedge toe. So this will be my right foot, and my feet, like my fingers, the toe doesn't stick out quite so much, but there's a lot of curving on this side and not a lot of curving on this side. So that's what I'm trying in the sock. Looks a little weird knit up, but is hopefully going to be nice and comfortable to wear. These are really lovely and smushy and soft. And again, I kind of just did a symbolic cast on before going to bed that night. So I've got my ribbing, and I just did the first row of the knitting pattern. So now it's kind of established, and I can just work on them. I don't need to look up anything when I need to knit these. And the other thing I started this week, I had shown a couple hats last time and said I was thinking about them, and I decided on the Hillhead hat. It's supposed to be 3 colors. The pattern suggests 3 colors. So the ribbing and then a pom-pom on the top would be a second contrast color. And I've just done a little over 1 repeat of the chart. So you can see the pattern. I'm not sure if this will quite be big enough or if it'll be just a little small. If it's a little small, then I give it to someone else. I mean, it fits. It's just whether or not when I'm wearing it, if it feels comfortable. And this, like the Christmas socks, is West Yorkshire Spinners. This Christmas socks are their signature 4-ply, and this is the Air Valley Essential DK, which I just noticed used to be just regular Air Valley and now is Air Valley Essential DK. I knew the labels had changed. I hadn't quite realized the name had until I was looking at Ravelry to list it, and there are 2 listings. It's both the same 75/25 wool nylon, so I don't know. There's a cat now outside the door meowing to get in. I'm sorry, Oliver, I can't let you in. Libby would just try to pull the door open. Oliver meows. So I've got the hill head started, and that one's fairly easy. And then just today, using the other needles I got at the same time, which are, these are 3.5 millimeter, see if I can get it so you can, 3.5 millimeter, ta-da, label. It's printed both on the metal and on the wood. The one on the wood tends to fade. And these are the other new needles from Knit Pro or Knit Picks in the US, and now I'm trying to think what they're called, but it's a wood with a metal tip, and the ranges are actually coordinated so the different sizes are each a different color, and these ones are the same colors as the aluminium ones with the stronger metal tips. But anyway, I have started a vivid square, which will look, this is the pattern, and I'm knitting these. This is by Tin Can Knits. Emily Wessel, I believe, half of Tin Can Knits. She's Canadian and she moved to the UK, and so this is her UK inspired book from 2013. And so I'm just using my little advent calendars. I got the ones from Wee County Yarns, formerly Wee County Claire, and then Claire, who owns the shop, was getting a lot of inquiries from people who thought it was Wee County Clare in Ireland, whereas she is Claire in the Wee County, Scotland. So she's now Wee County Yarns. And this was day one. She makes up these little 10-gram yarn balls of J.C. Rennie and then writes the name. This is Marble Gem. So this is day one, and it's this kind of sea foamy teal. So I've decided to do a vivid blanket. I didn't start till today because I was kind of thinking about what to do. I've decided to go for the vivid blanket. I know the pattern, I know they'll look nice, and I will just be surprised by the colors I get and put it together, and could even make one using all the colors because she does have mini balls in all of the colors that J.C. Rennie do. That kind of catches me up. I don't really have anything else to say today, and I need to go get a bunch of boo-boos. I will talk to you next week. Hopefully I will be a little less frazzled and have things a little more together. So this is just a little mini update, and yeah, I will talk to you next week. Bye.